The final day of 12 Days of Beardsmas, 12 up, 12 down, 2021. See ya! We'll be back next year for 12 more beards, 12 more giveaways, all of that stuff. Today, we have a new history lesson. We're going to talk about a company. We're going to announce yesterday's giveaway winner, launch today's giveaway, and I'm not going to do a new video tomorrow just to announce the winner. So what I will do is the company is going to reach out to the winner, and I will post it probably on Instagram, DanC Bearded. Check it out. Give me a follow if you like it. And then also I'll post it on my community tab on YouTube right here. So just keep a lookout for that. It'll likely be around that same time, 4 o'clock. I'll make that post so you guys can see who won the final giveaway. So the company, oh, and welcome, by the way. Hello, guys. DanC Bearded. If you're new here, come on over, hang out. We love beards. And if you like the video, hit a thumbs up. Always appreciated. Royal Beardsmen. Top 2 products I use the most. This one's tough because I got 3 that I really use, but one has been newer to me and I've been loving it, absolutely loving it. The first one, of course, is their beard oil. I would never feature a company where I did not like or use their beard oil. It's that important to me. Their stuff is fantastic, great value, 2-ounce bottles. It is so good for the skin, so good for the hair. Always, always love their beard oil, especially for that price point. And then the second one was a toss-up. I love their beard butter. It's light, it goes through my beard nicely. I use it very regularly, love. But I'm going to feature another product that's going to take that top spot for the number 2 most used product from them, and that would be their soap. Their soap is coming in awesome. I love the scents, and that I get them in soap is great. I have this one down here because I'm probably not going to use it. I'll probably hand it over to the mayor. This is Bonfire Brandy. I know so many of you love that, and you're going to be like getting the pitchforks out for me. It's just not for me. It's a little bit too smoky, a little bit too harsh for me, but it looks really cool down here in the studio. Love the packaging, love the little like preview hole that they have right there so you can smell it, you can see what it looks like. You guys, if you are looking for some new soap, whether it's to strip your beard, whether it's for your body, whether it's for your face, your head hair, I use it all when I use their soap. Check it out, some fantastic stuff. And as always, throughout the whole series, discount codes over here. If you guys use those, it saves you money, it gets a sale to this company, and it supports the channel because it is an affiliate. Thank you guys. One more history lesson. Let's go. The final beard of the day is gonna go to, boom, Genghis Khan. Now, I know you saw the title and the picture, and most of you have heard of him, if not all of you, but hopefully I'll bring you some new information about Genghis Khan. Well, first off, he is the first ruler, the emperor of the Mongol Empire, which was at its height the largest empire in the world and one of the largest empires in the history of the world still to this day. Now, this was a formidable empire, a brutal, a world-changing empire. They changed the way people fought war, and they literally changed the population of the world. Historians believe that Genghis Khan is responsible for up to 40 to 60 million deaths. Yeah, 40 to 60 million deaths he is responsible for. That is absolutely absurd and an unbelievable number. And it really, you can kind of see how he got there once I share some of this life story. But he wanted to take over China. He wanted to take over Europe. He wanted to take over the entire world, and he was pretty dang successful at it. But to begin, he had a rough childhood. At an early age, actually age 9, a rival clan captured, poisoned, and killed his father, and then his own clan kicked out his family and left his mother to raise 7 kids by herself with no job or really no means to be able to survive. It was cutthroat back then. Well, she did have to raise 7 kids, but it quickly became 6 when Genghis Khan got into an argument and an altercation with his brother over a food dispute and hunting, and he just killed him. Yep, just straight up killed him. And at this time, guys, his name was not Genghis Khan. That's not actually what he was born with or even a real name. It was more of a title that was given to him eventually. And it essentially means the ruler of the sea, or like the wide, vast ruler, or the ruler from sea to sea. It essentially meant that he ruled pretty much everything that they knew as like land back then, from ocean to ocean. Pretty cool name to be able to be given that. But yeah, so he killed his brother, and he did get married. He got married at an early age in his teens, and then that same rival tribe that had poisoned and killed his father captured him and his young wife, shackled him by hand, shackled him by neck, by feet, forced them into slavery. It was not good at all. And then we can make a whole nother video on his daring escape. One night he convinced a guard to let him free. He did leave his wife behind, so it was a little bit kind of not so great of him, but he got out, and after he got out, all of this was before he turned 20 years old, right? Father killed, kicked out of the clan, killed his brother, gets kidnapped, goes into slavery, escapes, and then into his 20s, he really becomes known as this formidable, just brutal warrior that would go toe-to-toe with anybody, to the point where he started to get so much respect, people wanted to follow him, and he started to create his own army, and that's what led to his Mongol Empire. Now, he was known for just this savage attack, and he was known for his horse warfare. The Mongols were in like open area, and they would just come in on these horses. They would just blitz their opponents, but he was very kind of accepting or welcoming, I guess you could say. They would send out people to go to these new areas that they were going to conquer beforehand, and they would offer them and say, hey, come join us. All you need to do is pay us tax money and then give us men to fight in our army. If you do that, we're going to leave you alone, and we'll completely leave you alone. You can believe in whatever religion and gods you want. You can have whatever culture. You can fly whatever colors you want, whatever language. We don't really care what you do. Just give us money and give us men. And if they did that, it was a great life. They were able to kind of live what they did beforehand. Obviously lost some men to battle. But if you said no, they went in and brutally, savagely killed every man, woman, child, elderly, pet. They destroyed the city, burned it down, and he had almost a perfect track record of anybody that said no. Eventually, they came back and destroyed everything. So it was pretty much your only option to say yes back then. And like I said, they were not forgiving. They were not anything. When you're killing 40 to 60 million people, of course, those numbers really, really get up there. So the dude was just a savage. Now, at the height of his empire, like I said, he took over China, took over all these areas, was accomplishing everything he wanted. Now, we don't really know the cause of death. We do know when he died, but the stories, the main ones say that he fell off his horse and then died of injuries, whether it was hunting or whether it was in battle. But that just kind of seems like a logical thought of story, not something that is actually documented or really well known. We do not know where his body was buried, and we don't even know what he looks like. There's no real good accounts of it. There are some wild ranging ones that said his hair was red, his eyes were green. Those ones are probably a little bit made up. What we do know by the consensus of all the reports is that he was tall, he was a large-bodied, strong man, he had long hair, and then what was described as a bushy beard. Now, on top of that, I told you guys about his wife being left in slavery. Afterwards, he did okay and ended up having more than 500 wives in his life. Some of you are already getting a headache right now and you're like, I can't keep up with one. Oh my goodness, I'm just kidding. Love you ladies out there. But over 500 wives, not lives, many children. There's some like crazy estimation of what percentage of the world believes that they could tie their roots back to Genghis Khan. And with 500 wives and multiply that by however many children, odds are pretty good that some of us are related to him. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters out there. 500 wives, absolutely shocking. And the last thing that I'm going to leave you guys with is they believe at the time, Genghis Khan lowered the world's population by 11%. Let's come back to that and really let that absorb. Not a state, not a city, not a country, not a continent, not a hemisphere. They believe he lowered the world's population by 11%. If you look around at 10 people, he killed at least one of them out of a group of 10. Goodness, that is unbelievable to kind of think about. Of course, there is a lower population back then, but still, that is absurd. More than 10% of the population was at death because of this man. Goodness gracious, absolute savage, rocked a bushy beard, so he qualifies as much as anybody into this. And of course, I could go into different battles and different areas he took over and the successors. Essentially, his grandsons ended up taking over the empire, which was a formidable empire, and they split it up amongst themselves, and it kind of dissipated after that, but the remnants are still left to this day. Fascinating guy, and again, we could have a whole series on Genghis Khan. Did you know any of this? Was there something that you learned today? Is there something you would love to add? I couldn't even scratch the surface of all the interesting things. And I know some of you have watched like the series on Netflix and different documentaries, and maybe you studied him. I would love any other tidbits that you guys knew about Genghis Khan down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this last one. Closing time. That's my best shot. Okay, I'm done singing on this series here. Let's get into yesterday's giveaway winner of Whiskey and Hardtack, $50 value of a mystery box of products from them. Boom! Congratulations! Last time I get to say that on a video for this series, because like I said, I'm going to post tomorrow's. Whiskey and Hardtack will reach out to you. They will reach out quickly. They are quick with it. Great customer service and follow through there. As well as Royal Beardsmen, same thing. They're on it super quick. You guys, one last giveaway here, $50 worth of products from Royal Beardsmen. 3 things you need to do. Leave a comment down below. You got to do it. Number 2, make sure you're subscribed. You can switch up the order. Doesn't quite matter. And then number 3, enter with that Gleam link. Good luck to everybody. We will be back next year with this series. And again, I'm going to have some information coming out here very soon about my goals and my dreams. And they all kind of boil down to doing this, creating content full time. I'm going to share some ways that you can possibly help out if you would like, of course. And if I do become full time, I would love to work this history into it on a regular basis. Right now with school and everything, it's just not possible to make this something that's going to be permanent or regular. But if this is my entire life, if I can dedicate all my energy to this, I would love to supplement and put in some beard history on a regular basis. The opportunities are endless if this can happen. But all right, let me get off. Let me step back and save that for another video. Thank you guys. Dancy Bearded. Happy holidays to everybody. I hope you enjoy it with family, friends, and food. Stay bearded and stay positive.